Okay, it's the morning. Let's check in. See how we're doing. Oh, turn on the power. That would help. Oops. Not bad for about 26 hours. Cool. Well, I'm going to have to finish assembling the movement. It is just sitting here doing movement things. Cool. I'm going to put that away. And the next, here's the other thing I've been doing, working on the dial and the hands. The dials, I'm not done with the loom. This is the original loom, by the way. I'm not done cleaning it. It takes a while, and I ran out of time last night. So rather than push it, I just left it. I'll get back to it today. There's the original handset. See, the metal's perfect, but the loom is damaged. But it's a lot better than it was, and I'm going to keep pushing. When I'm done with that, it should be pretty nice. Yeah, again, this is all the original loom. Unless I'm forced to reloom, now that I have the whitening solution that I've come up with, unless I'm forced to reloom, I don't. If I can save the original loom, I will. And that's the original loom. Well, as promised, there it is. Now, I made a couple changes, darn it. I made a couple changes based on my interpretation of this watch, what happened to it. I'm pretty sure that someone back in the day, a long time ago, stripped this thing for parts. Based on the condition of the dial and the condition of the metal, I have to believe, and the condition of the movement as well, there's a mismatch. The original case and insert and everything were just beaten, which doesn't match this, but it had loom damage. Now, I will tell you that back in the day, any kind of loom damage whatsoever was considered a deadly, fatal flaw for the dial, because at the time it was not something that could be addressed. I couldn't do anything about it because I hadn't come up with my formula that cleans the loom. These, by the way, that's the original loom on the hands and everything. What somebody, I believe, did is this watch with the dial on the hands and the movement probably had a case and tacky ring that matched the dial in the hands and everything in terms of condition. I think someone had a watch that was beat to hell, and but it had a better dial, better loom on the dial, and a less faded ring. And I think what they did is they just swapped them. They took the better case and the better ring and everything and put their movement and their case, their dial and all their stuff into that one, and then put their old crappy stuff back into this one, including the chronograph wheel, which was somebody had tried to mess with and it no longer worked. The sweep hand was wrong and it was set wrong, which is usually something I see when someone's just trying to put a watch together just to sell it. At least I did back in the day. Ditto with the faded sub-register hand. And also the bracelet was just beat to hell. I would bet that the case and everything was a later one, I don't think it was a service case. I think someone was just fooling around. But there's the original mid case and indicator ring and bezel. I have it marked, and these things will stay together. So my theory notwithstanding, these things will always be together. But I was looking at this all back together, and I'm like, this isn't correct. This isn't the way it's supposed to be. Somebody way back long ago, back before these things were known, before this was known to be a Pogue, somebody did that. Because back in the day, nobody knew about this. Because I cannot believe there would be any way today that if somebody found a True Pogue with loom damage, even in the past 10 years, they would not have basically just put the dial and everything into a junk watch. It simply wouldn't have happened. So there we go. This was my last new old stock sweep. And that was a new old stock minute counter hand. The loom came out pretty well. I was able to clean it. I think I might try to give it another round of cleaning because it's still a little dim. I just didn't want to push it too hard, but we'll see. I wouldn't mind getting a little lighter, and also that pip on the indicator ring needs to be cleaned up. Interestingly, this dial, the tone of it is so light. I can't think of another one that I've seen that was this, like, God, it's almost the color of like a good white wine or a champagne or something. It's got that kind of tone to it. This indicator ring is actually a little faded, but it matches the dial. So here's the last thing. This case and indicator ring and case, tacky ring, indicator ring all came from another True Pogue that I had, but I only had the case and the indicator ring and this. Somebody had stripped out everything on the inside, I don't even know how long ago, a decade or more. And it's only 800 something units away from this one. It was also from February 1971. So 800 units away, one True Pogue to another. I think that's pretty okay. It's a beautiful watch, and I'm glad that it's here, and I really should have a True Pogue, and I really wanted something that was unique and special, and I like the lighter color an awful lot. So there we go. It's all done, and it's not going to be for sale. I don't have any intention of selling it. So I'm happy. It's nice to bring something back. Okay, thank you very much for watching.